name is Sunny Nunan, and I am the founder and CEO of a company called the Admin Awards. The Admin Awards is just what it sounds like. It's a recognition program for the backbones of organizations, once called secretaries, today more commonly known as administrative professionals, executive assistants, administrative assistants, office managers. I'm actually the proud daughter of a retired executive secretary. My mom retired from her role just shy of her 80th birthday, and she is the inspiration for our program. I started this in 2012 in Dallas, Texas. I thought it would be a small annual awards luncheon. And today we are in 9 cities across the US as we celebrate our 10-year anniversary. Administrative professionals do so much for so many, and it's amazing that the role started back in the 1800s. And it wasn't until the daughter of a secretary created the very first public recognition program in the world for people like my mother. I am in a really interesting sort of environment. People, when they ask us, what is the category that your company falls in? I would say it is recognition. It is business to business marketing. It's certainly sales. It's events. And all of those things collide on a daily basis to create a very challenging environment. Layer on top of that, the need to get the attention of the most elusive, busiest community there is, C-suite executives, CEOs, CIOs, CTOs, et cetera. And you can imagine that, it is a very challenging proposition to get the people that are so distracted and so busy and often relying on their admins for amazing support in this one area that they really need to do themselves, which is recognize through a written nomination the people that they rely on so much without that person's help. And so the Admin Awards is absolutely a labor of love. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And this all culminates into what people are affectionately calling the Academy Awards for Admins. Today, winning an Admin Award is also considered the administrative profession's highest honor. And so we're very proud to have brought this important opportunity for recognition and appreciation to companies of every size now across the country. Before I created the Admin Awards, I actually was a sales and marketing professional like so many founders, right? I think sales is the area that most founders look back and realize that that's where their career was spent. I have a passion for both sales and marketing. And so I spent years with a database marketing company, then went on to lead Texas for a cruise line in a sales role, and then ended up taking a position with a new publication under the D Magazine umbrella called DCEO Magazine. And it was actually there that I had the idea for a recognition program for secretaries that, interestingly, I wasn't given the green light to move forward with. So, thank God for unanswered prayers. That was definitely an example of one of those, because today I created the company myself and now I own it. So that's always an exciting thing. So that's a little bit what brought me to the Admin Awards that I do now run full time. And, the most important skill I think a founder can have is sales. Because if you're not able to sell your idea, sell your products and services, you're going to have a whole bunch of trouble because nobody's going to be as passionate about it as you are. So whether you're selling the product, solely yourself, or you're having to build a sales team underneath you, that passion and perseverance has got to be able to carry through. So anyone that is interested in getting into the B2B sales and marketing sector, which is essentially what we're in, our biggest challenge is catching the attention of a very elusive audience, right? It is a space that is very commoditized, B2B products and services. We're a little bit different because we are the first and the only platform of our kind, which also interestingly opens up a whole other world of challenges. But I would say if you have a product or service that is targeting the business community, number one, you need to understand what it means to sell B2B products and services, and you need to understand how buyers make buying decisions and what those risk control mechanisms are that they look at when they're trying to determine if your solution is right for them. It's a very complex environment. I think it's an area that most people don't do enough homework in. And so I think becoming an expert in that area is really, really important. And then taking that knowledge and really applying it to how you communicate with that audience, making sure you're really honing in on those things that a B2B audience is likely to respond to, understanding that they're trying to reduce risk, right? And they're driven by by fear that if they make a bad purchasing decision, they put their career at risk. If it's a founder or CEO, they put their company at risk. If it's someone, reporting into a C-suite, environment, and they're making recommendations that they think are good for the company, they're putting their work at risk, their job at risk, their livelihood at risk, right? So understanding those risk control mechanisms in the B2B environment are really, really important. And it's one thing to have a great widget that you totally believe in, but if you don't know how to convey what makes that widget, product, or service different from your competition in a way, again, that really resonates with the B2B audience, you're going to have a real challenge on top of what is already a really challenging environment, right? Creating a company and trying to scale it or even establish it. So that's a little bit of advice that I would give to anybody that is in the B2B space like we are.